From the inspirational to the unforgettable.
Yes, it all started out as a mild curiosity in the junkyard. Now it's turned out to be quite a great spirited adventure, don't you think?
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Doctor Who quotes.
Oh, my boys. My poncho boys. If we're gonna die, let's die looking like a Peruvian folk band.
Before we begin, if you enjoy this video, please subscribe for more great content. For this list, we've gathered the best, most memorable, most important, and most quotable lines from the seminal sci-fi series.
I know where you're going with this, but I need you to calm down.
On the outside?
Well, you certainly grasped the essentials.
My entire understanding of physical space has been transformed!
Number 10, a madman with a box.
Come on, then! The Doctor will see you now!
Matt Smith quickly made his mark as the 11th Doctor, facing the Atraxi in the first episode. The adventure brings he and Amy Pond together as the pair hunt for Prisoner Zero, with Rory's help, of course. And the killer quotes come at the story's conclusion.
You are not of this world.
No, but I've put a lot of work into it.
First, Smith sends the Atraxi packing with this epic line.
Basically, run.
And then he provides Amy with some to-the-point character analysis, setting the tone for the series to come.
I thought, well, I started to think that maybe you were just like a madman with a box.
Amy Pond, there's something you better understand about me because it's important, and one day your life may depend on it. I am definitely a madman with a box.
Number 9, never trust a hug.
My grasp of the universal constants of physical reality has been changed forever.
Peter Capaldi's Doctor cuts a complex kind of chap, and quite the contrast to 10 and 11 before him. A harder, sometimes harsher character, 12's humour has a bit more bite, which gives moments like this even greater poignancy.
Shut up, just shut up, shut up, shut up, shut it up.
With Clara seemingly on her way out of the show, although history shows us that she stayed, the Doctor turns a hug into heartbreak with just a few short words.
Why don't you like hugging, Doctor?
Never trust a hug. It's just a way to hide your face.
See, there's a sensitive soul beneath that serious facade.
Shut up. Everybody, just shut up.
Number 8, I don't make threats.
Speak up, I can't hear you.
We have been speaking to each other.
An incarnation which some fans have compared to Capaldi's version of the character, William Hartnell's first Doctor was also awash with memorable lines. An authoritative, no-nonsense figure, he could seem a little scary at times, but only with his enemies.
My party does have a choice, and I assure you, we have no intention of spending the rest of our lives with you.
Here we see Hartnell in full and fantastic flow, sticking it to the Sensorites who are trying to keep him captive. Because you gotta be a bit of a badass when you travel through time.
I don't make threats, but I do keep promises. And I promise you, I shall cause you more trouble than you bargained for, if you don't return my property.
Number 7, I am the Doctor.
Hello. I'm the Doctor.
Okay, so our next entry is obviously said countless times throughout the series,
I'm the Doctor.
No, Doctor, I'm the Doctor.
but sometimes it's said with particular feeling. We might have included David Tennant's rousing speech in The Voyage of the Damned.
I'm the Doctor. I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Cerberus.
But we've a soft spot for Colin Baker too. The moment sees he and Perry argue over his recent regeneration until the Doctor cuts the convo short with a trademark flourish. The 6th Doctor's reign proved quite a divisive one, but this clip is brilliant.
Whatever else happens, I am the Doctor. Whether you like it or not.
Number 6, TimeyWimey Stuff.
Timey what? TimeyWimey?
I've no idea where he picks that stuff up.
To one of the most memorable quotes in today's top 10, delivered during one of New Who's finest episodes.
People assume that time is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
David Tennant's wibbly-wobbly run-through of all things time travel cleverly gets Carey Mulligan's attention, but the brain-bending scenario serves as a warning. The angels are coming, and the Doctor's stuck in the 60s.
The angels have the phone box.
The angels have the phone box, that's my favourite. I've got that on a t-shirt.
So when the auto cue runs out, he goes ad lib, and the timey-wimey temporal terror sets in.
Don't blink. Don't even blink. Blink and you're dead. They are fast, faster than you could believe. Don't turn your back. Don't look away, and don't blink.
Number 5, the good things and the bad things.
Well, it seems to me there's so much more to the world than the average eye is allowed to see. I believe if you look hard, there are more wonders in this universe than you could ever have dreamed of.
To an episode written by Richard Curtis, and one which centres on the life and struggles of Vincent van Gogh. The Doctor and Amy visit the artist just before he died in 1890, discovering a mysterious beast called the Craphaeus. The story sets up an emotional end as Vincent travels in the TARDIS to glimpse his future fame, but the adventure doesn't alter his fate. Cue the Doctor with a pep talk for Amy, packed with worldly wisdom.
Good things don't always soften the bad things, but vice versa. The bad things don't necessarily spoil the good things or make them unimportant.
Number 4, being childish.
Just touch these two strands together, and the Daleks are finished. Have I that right?
Of course, part of the Doctor's charm is that he's pretty down to earth, most of the time. Yes, he saves planets on an almost daily basis, but there's always a lighter side to life as a time traveller, and Tom Baker used that more than most.
If you're calling the butler, I'm very partial to tea and muffins.
The 4th Doctor's run was peppered with witty one-liners, but we like this one best. When Sarah Jane suggests he should act his age, Baker quips a classic comeback before offering a jelly baby.
Doctor, you're being childish.
Well, of course I am. There's no point in being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes.
John Pertwee shared the same sentiment too.
What's wrong with being childish? I like being childish.
Number 3, you were fantastic.
You're not making sense.
I might never make sense again. I might have 2 heads, or no head. Imagine me with no head. And don't say that's an improvement.
The Doctor has a habit of saving his best lines for last, and who could forget David Tennant's parting plea?
I don't want to go.
But Christopher Eccleston's curtain call saw the first regeneration of the reboot series, and a poignant scene steeped in sadness.
Rose Tyler. I was going to take you to so many places. Barcelona?
Having helped revive Doctor Who for a new generation, Nine's final words seem to transcend the show itself. And while Rose is bewildered, the Time Lord knows what's coming, he's just not sure how he'll look by the end of it.
Before I go, I just want to tell you, you were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And you know what? So was I.
Number 2, it's not the time that matters.
Between the idea and the reality, between the motion and the act,
falls the shadow.
So the mysterious Doctor knows his Elliot.
Mark Gatiss takes centre stage for today's runner-up, though it's David Tennant who does the talking. Gatiss plays Professor Lazarus, a scientist seeking eternal life, but his genetically modified methods don't sit well with the Doctor. In one of Who's more poetic moments, the pair face off on a London rooftop as Lazarus outlines his ideas.
You're right, Doctor. One lifetime's been too short for me to do everything I'd like.
But the Doctor hits back with this.
Some people live more in 20 years than others do in 80. It's not the time that matters, it's the person.
A life-affirming thought, the Doctor's doubts are immediately proven right. Before we unveil our top pick, here's a few honourable mentions.
That's okay. We're all stories in the end. Just make it a good one, eh?
Pop your clogs on and go paid whipping. Sweetheart, come on. You're not going to make the world any better by shouting at it.
I can try.
Now drop your weapons, or I'll kill him with this deadly jelly baby.
Kill him then.
What?
Kill him then.
Number 1, we all change.
Hello?
You're young again. You're okay. You didn't even change your face.
Ha! Started. I can't stop it now. This is just the reset.
We finish with another ending, but this time it's Matt Smith who's minutes away from regeneration. Having followed David Tennant into the TARDIS, it might have been an impossible task for Smith to succeed as the Doctor. But he made the character his own and had fans bawling their eyes out when it was time for him to leave.
What in the name of sanity have you got on your head?
It's a fez. I wear a fez now. Fezzes are cool.
But just before he goes, he delivers these glorious and insightful lines, leaving us with one final fabulous life lesson.
We are all different people, all through our lives. And that's okay, that's good, you've got to keep moving, so long as you remember all the people that you used to be.
Then it's off with the bow tie, and that's your lot. Geronimo.
I will always remember when the Doctor was me.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo UK and subscribe for more great content.